Welcome fellow survivors, we are in Abiotic Factor. Today I've got a little bit of a different video. Today we are talking about how to farm up Leyak Essence, guys. And Leyak Essence is super important. You use it for these batteries right here. You're also going to need some of it to progress through the story. So first off, let's talk about how do we get Leyak Essence. The Leyak Essence comes from the Leyak, and I'll put a picture on the screen of what the Leyak looks like right now. Now, in order for the Leyak to spawn, you will have to get to the laboratories. And if you're not sure how to get to the laboratories, I am going to show you very quickly how to get there from the office sector. So for this, I'm assuming that you have completed manufacturing, you have talked to the blacksmith, you've helped Freak. If you haven't got that far, guys, you will need to get that far because you can't get the Leyak before then. So, if you follow this route I'm taking right now, this will take you into the manufacturing area. If you haven't unlocked this little shortcut, you can just go up into manufacturing the normal way up towards Grayson, is essentially where we are going. And so you'll see Grayson is just here, guys. So, you want to run through here, take the right. I'm going to speed this all up, so I'm not going to talk very much. I'm just going to speed right the way through manufacturing to show you guys the route to go. And here we are, guys, laboratories. So finally here. It does take a little bit of time. That is the full route. You can get to the synchrotron through a shortcut, which is that big room with the hole in the ground. However, I just wanted to show you it all. This is where you find the Leyak for the first time. This will begin your encounters once you see the sign and do what is in this room. This room is extremely important, guys. Extremely important for you to analyze this right here. This will give you the X-ray tower blueprint, and that is what we're going to use. So what you also want to do when you're coming through here is you want to come into this room here, and you will get your first piece of Leyak Essence right there. Okay guys, so now that you have the X-ray tower blueprint and you have been to that area, collected the Leyak Essence, you actually have everything you need to begin farming the Leyak. So what you want to do is head back to your base, head back to somewhere that you spend a lot of time. So now that we're back, you can go back to your base. However, I do recommend that you come up here to Tram B side, because this place over here is really easy just to cover with X-ray towers. And as you can see, so I'm a little bit further in the game, guys. However, the principles still apply. So you want to put down your X-ray towers around your base, and this will passively give you Leyak Essence, because the Leyak will now just spawn in, regardless of where you are. Roughly between every 15 and 20 minutes, he will spawn in, and you will just, the X-ray towers will just zap him. Now, the great thing about this area is if you stand in this back corner, he does not spawn anywhere down here. He can sometimes spawn a little bit out this way, which is why I've got a tower out here, and he mostly spawns up here. So I'd recommend setting up a tower here and a tower here. And then what you can do, guys, is you can just go AFK for a bit, and these towers will farm up Leyak Essence. It won't despawn, it will still be there when you come back, and you can just run around and pick it up. Okay guys, so I was AFKing for about an hour and 15 minutes to get this clip. But so here's when I came back, and it was nighttime, but I could actually hear the Leyak, yeah, and you can see my tower was going for him there, which is awesome. But I didn't realise all the Leyak Essence that my tower had been farming up passively. So as you can see there, guys, I ended up getting 5 Leyak Essence just from that. And so this is really, really useful if you've got the time to just AFK in your base. You will get Leyak Essence just passively. There are a couple of ways that you can level up this farm. So the first way, the easiest way, is to get these grapes. Now just make sure this got water in it. It does. So grape seeds, guys, is what you get from here. Or grapefruit, sorry. And this grapefruit will give you, if you eat it, it will give you a buff, or I mean, I guess it really is a debuff, where it will increase the Leyak spawn time from about 15 to 20 minutes to about 5 to 10 minutes in my experience. And that really does speed up the process, guys. So if you're just sitting at your base and you want to speed up the process, you need Leyak Essence really quickly, grapes are the way to go. Now, you might be wondering, how do I get a grey seed the first time? So when you are down in the laboratories, there are these new containers that you won't have seen yet, and a couple of these containers will actually contain grey seeds. Alternatively, you can trade the Leyak Essence that you got for a grey seed, and I will show you where you can do that, guys. So when you make your way through the laboratories area, you will unlock this way up into laboratories, and this is probably the easiest way to get to where I am talking about. So once you've unlocked this little shortcut, you come through this door, take a left, walk down this corridor. There is sometimes a rat guy in here, as you can see, but no big deal. You can take your Leyak Essence, drop it in this machine, and it will give you a grey seed. This is what grey seeds look like, and you can find them. I think I've smashed all the containers, but I will put what one of those containers looks like on screen, and they are all around the laboratories area, guys. So that is how you get grey seeds. You just take it home, plant it and water it like any other crop, and it will grow and start producing you grey fruit. And like I said, guys, this will increase the rate that the Leyak spawns dramatically. So highly recommend it. Now that will be great. However, it still means that you have to sit around your base. There's no sort of mobile way to get the Leyak until you get quite a bit further through, guys. So again, you've unlocked this shortcut. You're coming down from the office sector, and instead of heading up towards laboratories, you want to come down towards the office. Now this one, it is quite a bit further ahead. You will need a tier 3 hacker, so if you haven't got the tier 3 hacker yet, don't bother with this part. However, once you get that tier 3 hacker and you can make your way through past, so this is the containment elevator here. You guys will know this because you need to use this to unlock that shortcut. Let's go around this way because I can't be bothered waiting for the tram. You can of course use the tram just to get across the middle, but I do not have time to wait for that today. So you come into containment block Dirac, which does have the inner wing in here, so you will have to access the inner wing, which is what you'll need that tier 3 hacker for. You will then come through here, and you will need to unlock this door by going up that way, but it's really easy, guys. You can't really get lost, and this thing's chasing me, so I don't want to deal with that. Okay, guys, so we're down in this area. We're jumping across here towards Helmholtz. Now, if this is your first time here, you will need to come down through this vent here and come along here. Takes a little minute because you're crouching. There we go. You want to unlock this door, of course, so you can get a little shortcut in here in case you die, but then you're coming up here to use your tier 3 hacker on this. I've already done it, so there's no need for me to do that. And then what you want to do, because you won't be able to come up this elevator just yet, you will have to do this to get up there. You want to make your way through the containment block here in Helmholtz. You will have to deal with a whole bunch of zombies. Let's see here. There we go. Awesome. You want to come through this portal, and when you're inside, so this will spawn you in this little area with all these zombies. Now in this area, to get out of here, which is what we need to do, we need to activate this elevator. You see these 5 red lights above it. Those correspond to 5 buttons within the furniture store, which is what this place is called. Now, in my experience, the buttons change around. They generally move position. However, usually there's 2 buttons in this basement area. There's 2 buttons on the middle, well, on the first floor where you spawn in, and there's 1 button on the second floor. So essentially what you want to do, guys, is run around, try and find these buttons. Here we go, here's one of them right here. This is what they look like. Once you press them, it'll tell you how many there are left to go. And yeah, usually, like I said, 2 in here. Once I found 2, I move on to the first floor, and just like that. So I'm going to skip ahead once I've pressed all the buttons, and I'll come back there. Here we go, here's the last one. So once you get the last one, guys, it will say something is activated in the center of the building. You're then gonna... I can do this because I have bionic legs, but if you don't have bionic legs, I would recommend that you just use the stairs. Come back to this elevator in the middle, you'll see the buttons are all blue now, and you will be able to use this to ascend. You'll see that I am being chased, but it is what it is. They're pretty slow, so you don't need to worry about them too much. Once you're up here, there's a little terminal you can read. There's not much else up here, and you want to head through, and you will be in, once it loads, this room right here, which is where we need to be, guys. So, why did we come here? We came here for this. If you interact with this, this will give you the X-ray lamp, and this thing is a portable method to get the Leyak. So hopefully I'm gonna run into him sometime soon, and he will allow me to demonstrate this for you guys. But once you have this, you have all of the kit that you need to deal with the Leyak. Okay guys, a couple of quick tips for getting the Leyak with the X-ray lamp. So this is how you do it, just for a little demonstration. I do recommend running up to him and getting his aggro like that, because I'm going to demonstrate what happens when you don't do that. You see how he despawns but doesn't drop any Leyak Essence. So you definitely want to run up to him like this, make sure he's chasing you, and then use your X-ray lamp on him, guys. That will guarantee that you get the Leyak Essence. Also, the Leyak doesn't tend to spawn in line of sight, so if you're sitting at your base, look at the ground, that will maximise the amount of spawns the Leyak can have. And I think that's it, guys. Honestly, you should have no bother at all farming this up, and I hope you all enjoyed the video. That is it on the Leyak farming guide. If you guys did find this video informative or enjoyed the video, please do hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out and lets me know to keep making more videos like this, and I will see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.